Okie dokie. So, hi everybody. Say hi, Cameron.
Hi.
Okay, so I gotta tell you the story behind today's title because I kind of got irritated earlier. So, y'all know I own a business. That's where I am right now. Pretty much anytime I'm filming, I am up here. I spend way too much time up here, but it's also good because I spend a lot of time around my children. So, anyways, a customer called earlier wanting to get some boat numbers. Not that big of a deal. We make them all the time. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Problem is, customer came in and didn't have his mask on. Now, in the state of Texas and in our county, there is a mask mandate. So we have to wear masks. And the thing with it is if a person is caught in your business without a mask on, like in their like in the front of the store. Like if I'm in the back working on something, it's not that big of a deal, especially since the people here are in my bubble. But if like I'm in the front of the store and there's customers and the customers aren't wearing a mask, the business gets fined $1,000. Well, that's part of it. But on top of that, y'all know I have an autoimmune disease, so I am immunocompromised. Cameron catches every freaking thing under the sun, and people in our area are catching the virus. Like, I know several people personally now at this point who have gotten it and got really sick. And then Jeremy's parents and his grandfather are all three in the high risk category. So the guy comes in, and Caden, my autistic son, he's learning to help people, is up front. And the guy walks in without a mask on, and Caden goes, "Hey, you need to wear a mask." And he goes, "Is that a request or a requirement?" Caden goes, "It's a rule here." And the guy goes, "Well, you just lost our business." One, I'm sorry, your business is not worth getting my family sick. Two, why do people feel the right, since it is a mandate, that's something that the individual doesn't get in trouble for, but me as a business owner gets in trouble for, that they want to sit there and question it and act like they're holier than thou? I mean, maybe I'm wrong for thinking this, but it's required. I get in trouble. I have to pay the fine. Like if I went into Walmart and was caught walking without a mask on, I don't get in trouble. Walmart gets in trouble. It's just, it's annoying. It is so annoying that people have gotten this attitude of, I'm going to do what I want to do for me and not worry about anybody else. I just don't get that. I mean, and maybe I'm wrong for thinking of it because y'all know, I've talked about it. I didn't want to wear a mask. But guess what? When it became a rule, I made sure to do it. And now that there is science and stuff behind it saying it's right, I'll follow it all day long. But when did society become so freaking selfish? I just don't get it. And people acting like that's going to be the end all be all. I mean, go ahead, go post it on Facebook that we told you had to wear a mask in a store that is owned by someone with an autoimmune disease. I don't get it. I just don't even get it. And it still has my blood boiling. And see, like Holly, I get it. Masks are not comfortable. Let's not sit here and pretend that walking around in them is fun. It's not. But I'm going to do what I have to do to protect him or anybody else's kid or parents or anybody. You know what I'm saying? And if it's that big of a deal, if you cannot handle wearing a mask and it's mandated, don't go anywhere. Go to a park where you can be outdoors and social distance, because if we're outside and social distance, you don't have to wear one. So, I mean, it's kind of, it's, you know, even if you don't like it, see, Holly, and that's kind of how I feel is, y'all know, I've talked about it. I don't really go anywhere. And again, and it's one of the things that irritates me most is, and I've seen it, and I've heard from, I have friends, because y'all know I have teenage kids who work at grocery stores, and people have cussed out kids working at grocery stores, telling them they can't come in because they're required to tell them that they have to wear a mask, because it's like it's that kid's fault. It is statewide, and it should be nationwide. I mean, and the thing is, with the Rona is, it's not just, okay, yes, you can pass away from it. It is terrible. But a lot of the long-term effects from it are what are scarier. You know? Exactly. And again, see, on myself personally, I am of the mindset that I think if someone wants to act like that, and the thing is, like, if someone does do that and they throw a hissy fit and it was bad enough where we needed to call the police wouldn't do anything about it except for fine us. So it's crazy, absolutely crazy. See, and that's bull crap, Holly. That should have never happened. And that's part of it is you got people here who think that they are better and they know better. And it's like I've said from the get-go. I'm going to listen to the experts who have went to school to be doctors to tell me what I need to do for this, because I don't know. Yeah, see, Teresa, I'm hoping that things get better for you, because I mean, so many people are feeling the pain. I mean, businesses are not back to normal, and we don't know how long it's going to take to get back to normal. It's just crazy. And I've seen like a lot of articles where people are like, in Europe and other countries, who are like, how selfish America is, because one of the problems is the reason why it has run so rampant and gotten so worse, because Texas is another hot spot, California, Florida, you know, we're all dealing with extremely astronomical amount of cases, is because people don't even want to try to do anything for anybody else. And Cameron, do you feel like I have taught you better than that? Your hair's driving me nuts.
Yes. Wait, what was the question again?
Do you feel like you've been taught to think about other people and not just you?
Yeah.
Okay. Because as I said, that's. Yeah, see, Megan, I don't think that's a big enough fun. And as I said, here in Texas, where we are, at least in Jefferson County, because we are in Jefferson County, Texas, Nederland, Texas, if someone is caught in your business without a mask on, the business is fined. And I just don't think that's right. I mean, again.
Hi, Charlotte.
Yeah, see, we haven't hung out with anybody. Like, we stay in our group. We have barely, like, Saturday, me and Jeremy went and had lunch together at a restaurant, but we were social distance. We wore masks in, took our masks off to eat, and then put them right back on. Anytime I've gone into a business, I make sure to put on a mask. If I'm out in the front of my store, I'm wearing a mask. I mean, it is just what it is. You do what you need to do, because everybody wants this to end. But if you want it to end, you got to follow the rules. Yeah, but that's just how it is. Oh, yeah, and see, another thing that gets to me is like when you're trying to follow social distancing and then people just like crowd you, like, I'm going to get all over you. No. Yeah, see, and a lot of restaurants are doing curbside. Well, I mean, and you can still, like, okay, and the way that I look at social distancing and your friend or your bubble of people, like Jeremy's parents, they live across the street. They don't live in the exact same household as us, but they are what are considered part of our bubble, who we know that they're doing the right thing, so that way we can spend time with them. Nadia's boyfriend, Blake, he doesn't live with us, but he is in our bubble. Trust me, Julius, I have no idea. It is just what it is around here. So, like Nadia's boyfriend's in that. My sister-in-law, Jamie, she does everything she can, so we feel comfortable with her being in our bubble. So we've got those, but other than that, there ain't anybody in my bubble. Yeah, see, and that's how it is here, Heather, too. That they're not going to do anything, but they require it. But the businesses, as I said, and you can look it up, the businesses get fined for it. So it's ridiculous. And the thing is, like, is seeing people and hearing people. Like, I mean, as I said, one of the kids he went to school with, his dad got it. Saw it all over Facebook, and they were talking about how bad it is. And how bad he had it and how sick he was. And he's still, I mean, he's tested negative, but he's still having problems. And it's like, I don't want that. Your hubby works and all the guys think that they should be all in a bubble. Well, see, like with my husband, since he does IT work, you know, he is very cautious about, I mean, he has to come into contact with people, but he uses hand sanitizer, gloves, masks, the whole 9 yards. So, but he goes around a lot of people. But we try to keep everything clean and worry about it. Oh yeah, Julie, it is amazing how people treat each other. It's like, why should I worry about anybody else? And the kids who are having parties, you see all those TikTok kids and YouTube people, I'm like, really? Where's your parents to tell you that you are making a bad mistake? So, yes, I do have a mask. We're a sign company. We have a mask required sign. So yes, it is, and it is posted very clearly on our door. And I mean, for the most part, we haven't had much of an issue. Like if someone wants to come in and they're not wearing a mask, we're like, hey, you can't come in here, and they don't. That's a good idea, Michael. That is just the sweetest thing. Yeah, trust me, April, it's bad everywhere. Well, and see, Holly, I really wish we could make it where no one comes inside, but when you're consulting on like a big sign or anything like that, it makes it almost impossible to do it. Well, Grandma Linda, let me ask you this. And I said, I know you don't agree with mask, and everybody's entitled to their belief. If it's required by your state, do you blame the business when they tell you you can't come in if you don't want to wear a mask? And see, I don't think shields are a good thing either. Like, because it doesn't go all the way around your head. And Cameron, well, Grandma Linda, but if they were required, would you wear it? Or would you blame the business if you couldn't? See, I would hope so, Julie. That's what the experts say, and that's part of the reason why we're going about it. But Cameron's going to do virtual to start. See, Holly, in seeing those types of instances, they need to make like a plexiglass shield to protect them. And that's how I feel about it. Rules are rules. You follow the rules. If you wouldn't drive without a seatbelt and they're requiring you to wear a mask, then you should wear a mask. And well, I mean, and like that's one of the things they're doing at the school is they're going to let them wear the face shields. I'm like, Cameron's not going back until they allow or until things have evened out, because it's too much. I can't worry about it. And like I've been involved in PTA and things like that for all of my kids' lives. One thing I do know, and I have a lot of teacher friends and things like that, there are so many times parents will send their kids to school sick, hopped up on Tylenol, and then later in the day, because parents want to get through their work day, when their Tylenol wears off, kids are feeling bad again, and that's when they get called. So I know that kids are going to end up at school that are sick. So we're not even going to worry about it. Well, and exactly, Karen, I have an autoimmune disease. I have fibromyalgia, and I have always had a terrible, terrible immune system. So is Cameron. I catch everything under the sun. Y'all seen how many times I've gotten sick. Cameron's gotten sick a million times. Cameron misses on average 15 days of school a year. And that's not including when he's sick on weekends or during holidays. Exactly, Mash. And it's kind of like the thing with people like, oh, I won't get an immunization because they're going to chip you with it. I'm like, do you know how much information you give away with this? This is my cell phone. They can check my location, my browser history, everything that I buy, everything is available on this that you sign an agreement with whenever you sign up for a cell phone plan, that they get all of your info. You know, it's like, if they come out with a vaccine, I will get the vaccine. I have no issue saying that. He will get the vaccine. Oh, yeah, kids are, Crafty Page, kids are disgusting. Cameron, he's not, let me try to think of the best way to say this. Cameron has, since he was born, sucks his finger, this finger. He's going to get embarrassed for me but telling you this. He is 13 years old, and when he gets tired, still to this day, it is a subconscious thing. He doesn't do it because he knows he's not supposed to because of the braces. If he's exhausted, he still sucks that finger. And it doesn't matter where he is, who he's around. He still does it. He's going to do that if I send him to school. And no telling what his nasty, tiny hands are going to touch. It is gross, but it's true. Yes, see, Katie, that is exactly true. Well, hopefully she will test negative before the baby's born. Oh, yeah. I mean, I want him in school. I don't want to have to homeschool him. I don't want to have to virtual teach him. I'm not good at it. I don't like you. I love you, but I don't like you. Well, I would definitely be praying for Tammy. I know that cannot be easy. Yeah, see, our town, our schools are supposed to open up on August the 31st.
Well, we don't know if it's actually going to open, but.
Yeah, see, Amanda, it's some of those subconscious things. I mean, you know, as an adult, you might be able to break that habit, but as a kid, you just don't even think about it. It is what it is. While we're not on the same subject, I did want to go ahead and remind y'all that we still have the 15% off sale going on. It ends on August the 16th. It is a back to school sale. Yes, Bosch, I do want him to have the vaccine. I will get the vaccine. I mean, he gets the flu. We all get flu shots every single year. And even with that, me and him end up both with it. I mean, it is what it is. But what I was saying is we have 15% off. It ends on August the 16th. Just to remind y'all, no code needed. Only thing it excludes is kittens and bundles. Well, people who say it's the government wanting, that they want it to become a socialistic society. My issue with that, and maybe it's just because I think about things, is that it wouldn't be in every single country and everybody have issues with it because we're not all fighting the same battles. tool, I would look at Conde, Conde. I think it's like Dye Trends is their website, or Sublimation 101. I bought mine at Sublimation 101, but I bought it at a show. So I paid $550 with it. But for it, so check that out. But yeah, no, I mean, it's like people scared about getting microchips. I have nothing to hide. I mean, I have absolutely nothing to hide. If I did, I would not be on the internet. Like, as a YouTube person, I mean, no telling what kind of information you would find out on me. Yes, Hanel, we do international shipping. And we are looking at switching over to UPS, or at least adding it as an option, because we have had a lot of issues with USPS lately. I've done a bleach dye. I haven't done it with sublimation yet. I need to do a tutorial over that. Bosch, probably not. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things that it's not even a possibility really at this point that getting a microchip. I mean, we do it to our pets. I mean, and if for certain instances, like with Cameron, if they were able to do something like that where I could make sure he was safe at all points, I don't know. I mean, as a parent, as a helicopter parent like I am, I don't know if I would say no to that. I mean, but kids can get kidnapped and stuff like that. No, I have not tried pirate ship, Kami. Exactly, Holly. I mean, you go get surgery, you go get blood drawn, you get shots. Like if you get sick, I mean, how often do I get what was it? A couple of weeks ago, I got sick and had to go get steroids and antibiotic shots. I mean, do you know how easy would they be to just do it then? Well, part of the thing is with USPS right now, especially for us, Houston is where, like, when things leave our town of Nederland, they're supposed to go into Houston. Well, and we talked to the Postmaster General in Nederland, and then we talked to him in Houston. One of the big issues right now is Houston is running with about 30% staff. So Houston is a huge office, but because of all the Rona cases and things like that, and if you test positive, or if any of your family or friends test positive that you've been around, they have to be off for 2 weeks. So they are so far behind, it isn't even funny. So we're trying to do our best to make sure everything's going out. Like, it's just kind of crazy. 40% last week. Oh, good, Holly. See, and I mean, that's one of the things that I can attest to is it's not an individual's fault. I don't want it to seem like I'm complaining about the post office, because it happens at Christmas time. I mean, they just get crazy. It is what it is. And I feel bad. I mean, like, I love my postal workers, my UPS man, my FedEx man, my DHL man. We get packages all the time. I mean, literally, I see FedEx, UPS, USPS, DHL every single day. Oh, I get frustrated over it, Julie. Again, my biggest thing is people just like, one, you're not going to come into my store not wearing it. Two, don't crowd me if I actually have to get out and go somewhere. We have lost the ability to just be patient. Part of it is it's Amazon. We've all gotten used to the thing of I can have it now, because 2-day prime shipping. And they don't get that not everybody works that way. So I don't know. And I'm not trying to sound preachy. I mean, I have no issue waiting on stuff. I think good things come to those who wait. that is like a quote that I have always had in my head. Okay, so metallic blue, Maxine, hand me my book. The handy dandy guide. We sell these. If you're interested, they are on our website. It has all of the vinyls that we sell, plus some that we don't. We are slowly but surely adding all kinds of new stuff. So Maxine, yes, we have all the color changes in stock right now. Oh, thank you. I was playing with this is an e.l.f. eyeshadow palette other than the stuff that's on my eyelid. That is from Cleona Cosmetics, and it's glitter multi-chromes. They're extremely expensive. They come from Canada, but they are the best, prettiest eyeshadows ever. And if you're ever interested in like my makeup stuff, I do have a second channel. So Maxine, are you looking for like a solid blue metallic? Are you wanting something that has like a holographic or glitter underlay? Probably what I would recommend, my favorite metallics to work with for stuff like that would probably be the soft metallics. So if you look, there's this one, which is like a royal blue metallic. We have that in stock. So that's what I would recommend. And these are amazing. Oh, so holographic. Let's see. I just actually ordered, because we're adding these. You should get your book pretty soon, hopefully, Maxine. Those all shipped priority, so hopefully those shouldn't get lost in the mail. Let's see. Because we're a sneak peek of what's going to be added. We just added all the chameleon adhesives. Those are stunning, as well as the holographic adhesives. But Cameron, you gotta let me know if anybody's saying anything, because I can't keep up while I'm doing this.
Do you have any color tuning vinyl back in stock?
Yes, we have all the color changes back in stock, but they have the royal blue deco sparkle. I will have that in stock on, what's today? Today's Tuesday, Thursday. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. We can always, even if it's not on the website, which we're trying to add everything up there, we can PayPal and invoice it. But again, this is amazing. Holly, do you have one of our books? These are awesome. So if you've got one, I use this all the time. And most of the time I get asked questions about vinyl in our lives, and you'll see me pull this out, because what I love about this is it has all of the materials, the colors that it comes in, so you can actually have swatches of things. But this is what makes it amazing. Not trying to toot my own horn, but this is what I love about it. It has all the info about that vinyl, how to apply it, what materials it can go on, what blade to use, if you need to reverse it, how to peel it, how to wash it. It is amazing. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's, I think that's fine. But this is the adhesives that I'm going to talk about, some of them tomorrow. These are the chameleons. Look how pretty those are. And they're like, they change color, as you can see. So there's 9 colors of those in adhesives. They're gorgeous. Well, Dee, I will love it whenever you do start shopping from us. Yes, all of ours are in sheets, Miss Parker. What I consider, even though we teach you about doing business, what I consider our website and stuff like that for is when you're wanting to try something out, or you're looking for a big variety of different types of material, colors, textures, things like that, that is what I recommend for it. Elsa, it is on our website. Let's see if I can find it, and I will leave a link for it. Because again, I use that all the time, and I think it's always worth it to have something like that, because I just do. because having all that information, because whenever you get a lot of vinyls or have a lot like I do, it can get confusing, especially whenever some things like, if you look, the Deco Sparkles, which are more that thick, plasticky, holographic, and they're gorgeous. But if you look at that, it is awesome. But there are some of the colors that are the same as in the Deco Film Soft Metallic. Okay, I got the link. Yes, I'm gonna put it now. That's a good thing. I don't know if y'all know this, within the last month, I got a second monitor because I use a laptop because I like, if I need to travel with it, I can. But yeah, see, jewelry, it's not staying low down here. It's bad. But having the second monitor makes it a little bit easier because if I need to look something up, I can do it over there without interrupting our live streams because, you know, so important. But yeah, I don't know. As I said, I probably lost all train of thought about saying this. I do have a second channel where I do all of my makeup stuff, all that kind of, because that is like, can you not tell? That's all makeup. It is a passion of mine, especially eyeshadow. Like I can deal with foundation. Like I mean, I need it, but it's not a fun thing. Bronzer's not a fun thing. Yeah, Linda, it's been a day. It has been a day. Yeah, as my angel baby. All three of them are. I'll fight you tooth and nail when it comes to my children. They know that they're loved. And y'all be sure to make sure to wish Nadia a happy birthday. She turns 20 on Friday. I cannot believe I have a 20-year-old. Isn't that's like so scary. So scary. Yes, jewelry. It is 15% off the entire, excluding kits and bundles. So everything should be on sale. If there's any issues, just let us know. Because since we had added the new holographic adhesives, earlier they weren't showing on sale. So we had to go through and make sure that they were listed on sale. Because, you know, as we're adding things. Oh, I can't even imagine when it comes to that point. But I mean, I just turned 37. So Jeremy was young when Nadia came along. I was talking to her about that. I was like, and my nephew Logan, he's 2 years older than Nadia, and they just had their first. And I'm a great aunt, and my sister-in-law, who is 4 years younger than me, is 33 because her husband's 10 years older than he is. So now she's a grandma before me. So she's 33 and a grandma. And we mess with her about it because, you know, since we were young having kids, that we figured we would be the first grandparents, and we are not. On organizing items for food storage. Oh, we can definitely do that. I label everything. Well, happy birthday, Eric. The big 50. So does that 50? That's when they consider it's over the hill, isn't that right? I can't remember. I'm scared enough that I will have 3 years till the big 40. I mean, it's just. Oh, I want to be a grandma. Not yet. Like, I want Cameron to be through with school, and then I can enjoy having grandbabies. I think it's dye trans. Let me look it up. But Condi, I buy all of my sublimation blanks and stuff like that from them. They have been in the business of dye sublimation forever. And they have some great products. One thing I am waiting on coming in from them, they are stuck in there we go. So, Nicole Mercer, I just saw what you posted. You are fixing to get blocked because there's no reason to act like that. I get it. I'm chunky. I don't care. But yeah, no, Condi is amazing. I've used them for years. We are going to do a dye sublimation tutorial on masks, and we're excited for it. Oh, that's awesome. So you have a daughter that's my age, Elsa. Thank you, Tool. Hey, as I said, my husband loves me. Yeah, he don't care if I'm... No, Colleen, you're not ancient. It's just, that's the phrase. Like whenever I was a kid. I mean, it's like when I was talking to my mother-in-law, because I said they were in the elderly bracket, and she was like, I'm 67. I was like, I told her, I was like, it's not me trying to be mean. It's just that's technically where you're labeled. I said, I'm technically labeled as middle-aged. Do I want to admit that I'm in middle-aged? No, but it's true. It sucks, but it's true. It's not trying to be mean, you know. Oh, it's a crafty nurse. That makes me so happy that you say that. But yeah, no, as I said, I'm chunky. I have issues. My fibromyalgia medicine did not do nice things to my body. And, well, right now I can't go to the gym. We're walking as much as I can. But, you know, I've had 3 children. I am almost 40 years old. I run a successful business, 2 YouTube channels, and have a very happy husband and 3 happy kids and 6 animals, 3 dogs, 3 cats. Oh, wait, we have 2 fish too. So, guess what? My weight is the least of my concerns. And it doesn't matter if I'm 100 pounds or if I'm 300 pounds. I'm still cute. So.
My faces.
Well, thank y'all. Well, see, I mean, like, I don't let people like that bother me. It's like one of the things I told my husband was like, you know, my body may not make me the happiest right now, but I've always felt like, even with my wrinkles and all starting, that I feel like I'm cute either way. I know I look good. That sounds so conceited, but I'm pretty. Like, I've never felt like I wasn't pretty. And I try to teach my kids that too. You got to have some self and confidence. You know, got to. Thank you, Dee. Oh yeah, Sheila. I have no issue. Like, if you want to be outside of not wearing a mask, you do you, boo. If you want to risk yourself, go ahead. You do what you need to do for you to feel comfortable. But you're not going to bring it into my store. I do have wrinkles. They're just like, in this lighting, it's hard to see, but I actually have wrinkles that, see, there's wrinkles. They stay. It's just the lighting. I know how to play with lighting to make sure that they don't show. And plus, I have done, but I take very good care of my skin. Very good care of my skin. Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, Sheila. I get it. I wasn't like, that's what I said. You do you. If you don't want to wear a mask when you're outside of business, I mean, you can do whatever you want to. I'm not one of those people who are like, hey, you need to do what you need to do to make yourself comfortable. I have no issue with that. What you do at your house is on you. What you do with your kids or anything like that, again, those are all on you. It's just, you know, I'm not going to have someone coming in here acting like that towards my kids, especially Caden. I mean, I don't know. I really got mad, more so I think about it than I normally would have, because it was Caden who he was talking to. You know, Caden can come off, like, if you've come into my store, if you've met Caden, he can come off sounding mean. And it's not that he tries to be. He has Asperger's. He has a type of autism. He's very different with social issues. But you want to come in here and be rude to my baby? That brings out Mama Bear. You know, my claws will come out when it comes to my children. And especially, like, and like, that's one of the things that drives me nuts, is because as being a parent of an autistic child, like, I didn't realize this before Caden was diagnosed and things like that, and that people on the spectrum, they look normal. They just act different. So they can come off as being rude. But he's not. Okay, so Holly, let's see. April, you're asking how to spell the boys' names. Caden is Kaden. Cameron is Kameron. I love the letter K. It sounds like a weird thing, but I love to write a cursive K. That's why they both ended up with K names. Yeah, see, that's the problem, Sheila. Like, as I said, whoever wants to do what they want to, it is a free country. Do you say what you want to, act the way you want to. I may judge from a distance because, I can't help it. I try not to, but I can be judgmental. Yeah, see, Sheila, I completely get that. Yeah, see, Kelly, and that's how I am. Like, that's one of the things I teach Nadia. She had a boyfriend when she was in high school. And she was the tiny little thing back then. He would say, well, you don't need to wear that. That's too tight. And I told her, I said, you never need to be with someone who tries to tell you who you should be or how you should act. One, you can be who you want to be. You need to know your self-worth. Jeremy doesn't care what I wear, if I have a full face of makeup or no makeup at all. If I want to wear a tight dress or if I want to wear baggy pajamas. He loves me no matter what. And he encourages me no matter what. And that's what you need in a partner. Oh, April, you know how used to it we are? And it's like, even whenever the kids graduated. Now, let me mind you, our town is 17,000 people, and my kids have went to Nederland their entire life. That they still, on their graduation day, they mispronounce their name.
Yeah,
they did not say Gosher, which is our last name, Gosher.
Gotcher.
It's Gotcher.
Or something else. It's weird.
Or Goche, which is not it. Thank you, Julie. See, I mean, and letting someone know, because like seeing your bra, I can understand. Jeremy would say, hey, did you know? And if I'm doing it on purpose, like I did when I was younger, hey, more power to me. But, but Jeremy also knows, hey, honey, how do I look in this? You look wonderful. He's learned that very well. So Sadusky, I need to know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. That is going to bug me, Linda, if I'm like pronouncing that. Sadusky. That's how I would pronounce it.
I think it's Sadusky.
Sadusky? I don't know. Hey, burnout shirts are so comfortable. And that's part of it. Is like we live in the South, where we live, Southeast Texas. Every day is 100% humidity. And it is hotter than Hades outside. Like at 10 o'clock this morning,
it felt like 100.
It felt like 100 degrees. With 100% humidity, you dying. We went and exercised in Sadusky. Oh, so I was close. Okay. Seen? Yeah, I can imagine Sean getting seen. Let's see. Hollison? That's how I would say it, Hollison. But, I mean, again, we're from Southeast Texas, so we're used to the Cajun names like Hebert, Hebert. Most people would pronounce it like Hebert. For Cajun people, it's Hebert. There's so many names that are like that, so you're used to it. Yeah, I mean, Texas is astronomically hot. Now, I don't want to live anywhere where it's cold. Let me mind you, I like hot, but sometimes hot is bad. Oh, I'm glad you're watching us. Where are you at, Hanile? See, that's where it trips me up because I know that certain different countries and things like that, how they pronounce things is so wrong compared to us. So you have family in Texas, Plano and Fort Worth. So Fort Worth is West Texas. Or no, North Texas. Plano is West Texas. Heavener, Oklahoma, Sheila, and raised in California. Okay, so Oklahoma, Sheila, I actually lived there for part of my childhood. I've lived in Norman, Orange, Lake Eufaula, and Henrietta. I moved a lot. Dubai. I've always wanted to go to Dubai. So Maggie, you are from Bristol, UK. It's another place I want to live. Like, I want to go visit. The thing is, I am so bad. I hate flying. I really, if I can drive, I would much rather drive. So that's part of the reason why I don't go anywhere outside of the country, because you kind of have to fly to get there. It's just kind of crazy. Because like I have claustrophobia, kind of, especially when I'm next to people, like in that kind of itty bitty little space. That's what drives me absolutely insane. Yeah, Oklahoma's great. I liked it other than the tornadoes. I like coastal living where I get some warning when a storm's coming, because like California, you don't get warning when an earthquake's coming. You don't get warning when a tornado. I mean, you get some, but not like for a hurricane where there's like days where you can pack up everything that's important to you because you know it's coming. You got days to prepare. I mean, we're used to it, but like anywhere else, you don't get to be prepared for stuff like that. It's like, oh, tornado's coming. It's going to be on you in 10 minutes. Not fun at all. At all. Yeah.
I haven't ever been on a plane where I had to deal with tornadoes, so.
Houston's great. It's crazy. The traffic in Houston is nuts. Like, but it's not. Like, Houston's fine. Like, I like to visit California, but California is not where I want to live. Florida would be my second choice. Oh, yeah, Sheila, we got the best food. Tex-Mex, let me tell you, there ain't nothing better. That's why we have so many restaurants, and that's why so many of us have larger heinies, is because we love our food. Well, we got, and the thing is, we've got more than just Tex-Mex. We've got Cajun food, and we have soul food. We have
Seafood.
A great seafood. We got a variety of things that are amazing. Like, I go to other places, like when we went to California or go anywhere else, and you eat food, and it's like, oh my goodness, this has no flavor. None.
Except that Disney's very good.
They have good food, but I mean, some of it's still not like. I mean, for the most part, I'm not going to choose to go eat Mexican food at Disney World. I know I'm not going to get what I want. But, like, I don't know. But we have things like here in Texas and in Louisiana in certain parts. We have Texjoy. Look it up. Texjoy steak seasoning is amazing on pretty much everything. Tony Chachere's. Chachere's. Absolutely amazing Cajun food. Like, seasoning, absolutely amazing. There's a place in Louisiana, because we go get our taxes done in Louisiana. That's where our accountant lives. And it's called Cajun Booze. Best boudin balls ever. They have their own Cajun seasoning. It is awesome. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't find that in other states where it's like yeah, see, Julie, I think that's just, I mean, dress, be who you want to be. Like, if y'all notice, most of the time I am a t-shirt and jeans or t-shirt and shorts, sandals kind of person. I'm going to be comfortable. Now, where I do differ is because most people who are like that don't do all of this. But makeup since I was a kid has been a passion of mine. I want to be where you're at, the most crafty nurse. That is where I'm going to live within the next 10 years. Colleen, it's TexJoy. TexJoy. It is a local company down here in Southeast Texas, and everybody uses it. I think they only sell it in Texas and might sell it in Louisiana, but you might be able to order it. It is amazing. TexJoy steak seasoning.
It goes good on like those cheap ramen things.
It's awesome on French fries. It's so good. Nadia's over there like, it is so good. But I was talking to Jeremy about this. I mean, that even when I was a teenager, I've always owned a lot of makeup, even before I know how to apply it. It is getting close to sober time. It is 5:51, and we typically eat about 6:30 or so, 6:37-ish. But we had lunch early today because it was one of those days where we were hungry, so we got Chipotle. Love me some Chipotle. Yes, Florida is my jam, but y'all may or may not know this. Another thing about me is I was born in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and lived in Pompano Beach. And I've also lived in Pensacola. I've lived in California. My bio family, or my adopted family, because it's kind of weird because I was adopted by my biological grandmother and my step grandfather, so it's kind of weird. Moved all over the place. So I've lived in Arkansas, Texas, California, Oklahoma, and Florida. So I've been everywhere. So many places I've lived. And like in Texas, I've lived in Nederland, Port Neches, Port Arthur, Beaumont, Groves, Dallas, Austin, Orange, Houston, Conroe. So I've lived in 10 cities alone in Texas. Sheila, I lived in, where was that? Coalinga, California, because Jeremy was stationed he was in the Navy. He was stationed in Lemoore, California. The humidity is terrible. You got to get used to it. It's like I have naturally somewhat curly hair, but I have baby fine hair, so humidity does not do nice things to my hair. Oh, I can imagine that. I mean, if you're above the Mason-Dixon line, you are a Yankee. I haven't really lived okay, so Coalinga is about 45 minutes outside of Fresno. So kind of in the valley, or on the outskirts of Death Valley. It's in farm country. And like where Lemoore is, it's nowhere near the water. Why on earth, made no sense to me, is there a Navy base where there's no water? It is the Navy. They are on boats. But some of the things I didn't know till Jeremy was in the Navy was like something that I didn't realize is the Navy has more planes than the Air Force. I've been to San Diego. It's beautiful. Now, I'm not saying California ain't great. The thing with California is the cost of living out there is absolutely ridiculous. Yes, the Aura tape is the one for 631 and 651. Miss Parker. See, and as I said, California is the thing with it is it's beautiful. It's too expensive. I can understand that, Helen. I never went to the same school for an entire school year in my life. So Adelaide, my husband, whenever he worked for the oil company, he had to go do some work in Australia. He flew in and was down in Adelaide, and he was telling me how cool the malls and stuff like that are there because they're open air, so it's completely different than what I was. And another thing with it was kind of trippy. He was like sent me pictures of the signs about the magpies attacking you. That was really weird. But I have to tell y'all this. It was funny. Whenever he was in Australia, I had to tell him he was wrong because he believed in the drop bears. He believed in drop bears. And if you don't know what a drop bear is, look it up. You'll thank me later. It's awesome. Well, Oklahoma has a lower cost of living like Texas. Oh, yeah, I'm sure y'all pay for weather. Because, I mean, y'all have just pretty much perfect weather all year round. The one thing I did, like where we were at in California, because we were close to Death Valley, it was like 115 during the day and then 50 degrees at night. What was trippy to me, though, is because y'all didn't, where we were, we didn't have air conditioners. We had swamp coolers. See, okay, so Lisa, with me, there are certain things that I like labels, and there are certain things that are. I grew up as a very poor child, so labels in my head are like a status symbol, and I will be completely honest with you about it. Like, I have certain pieces, like this came from Tiffany's. It was a gift from my husband. This came from Tiffany's, and I like it because it came from there. It's sterling silver. You can buy it for a tenth of the cost anywhere else, but because I know it came from Tiffany's, it matters to me. There are certain things like that that I will spend money on. But will I own a Louis Vuitton purse? At this point, no. To me, like my Disney Doonies that my husband buys me because I'm obsessed with them, because I love Disney, are still, and they're under $400. Still seems like a heart attack for me. I was joking with my husband. We were talking about this because y'all know I have a makeup problem. That it is very difficult. Like I bought Birkenstocks because I was told how comfortable they were. And trying to buy them, I was like, okay, they're a $100 pair of sandals. Do I want to spend this? I did. But it was hard for me to do. But I have Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes. They're $125 each. I have no issue doing that. That's what's sad. And I know that I have an issue with that. So, I mean, y'all know, I mean, hopefully y'all can see I'm very honest about who I am and how I am. I mean, I am me. And I'm very lucky to have an amazing husband and kids that spoil me rotten. Well, yeah, no, Disney is my happy place. Goodness, you can look around in my office and see how much money I have in Disney stuff. Disney stuff and makeup. But it's like I told them, and this is one thing, like, I don't buy craft stuff. That's part of my job, so that doesn't come out of, like, my fun budget. I don't buy expensive clothing. Typically, $20, $25 for a pair of jeans is, like, the max I will pay. But in like buying jewelry or something like that for myself, if it's cheap, yeah, I'll buy it. But if it's like over $20, I'm like, nope. But makeup. But I've always been that way. I mean, even when I was a kid, like when I got my first job, my first real paycheck, I went and spent the entire thing on makeup. So it was before YouTube. But see, I mean, that's everybody has their own priorities and the things that they love and what they think they'll spend money on. Like, I watch other YouTubers and they'll buy like Tom Ford Foundation or La Mer Foundation, and I'm like, no. But this came from Maurice's. I love Maurice's. They have a lot of cute stuff that's on sale. Well, I mean, Sheila, the one thing is, like, we had kids young. My kids have always had nice things. And what I used to spend would not be like 5 years ago. I would never have thought about buying a $100 eyeshadow palette ever. But now it's a completely different ballgame. Like, I would do it 100 times over. Well, and see, D, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's got their thing. Craft is work for me. I mean, it is. I love it, but it's work. I can sit there and play with that and swatch it all day long and just be happy as a lamb. Yeah, see, I go through clothes. Like, and I think that's part of the reason why I won't spend a bunch on them is because, especially being on here, like I don't want to wear the same thing all the time. So I would rather it be inexpensive, and then I don't feel bad about it. Oh goodness, it is 6 o'clock. So I didn't realize it was that late. Don't forget 15% off your entire purchase right now. No code needed. It does exclude kits and bundles. We have a fun tutorial coming tomorrow, so don't forget to check that out. But we shall see you tomorrow. Bye.